Welcome to the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
Today on the Dutch Miller Auto Show.
Gills. Okay? So what all he has to do is lure, what was it, Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner?
Right.
Tatanka. So he lures him out of the woods, into the water, gets him into some kind of gator death roll. Costner with the buffalo, he's in a pelt. He's weighted down. Meanwhile, Waterworld Costner's breathing through the back of his neck and has like a big dagger.
But the opposite rings true as well, which is if Waterworld Kevin Costner is out in South Dakota on the plains, I mean, he's scalped by Dances with Wolves Kevin Costner in 6.7 seconds. So, I mean, I'm going to
be honest with you, Chris. Back then, they didn't have stopwatches like that.
7 seconds, roughly.
Maybe just roughly 7 seconds. Yeah. There's no way they had like a Casio that they were out there clocking that.
Less than 10. I mean, it's in that range.
That's how they would have worded it.
Yeah, less than 10 seconds.
Tatanka, less than 10.
Tatanka, yeah.
Less than 10.
Oh, my God.
It's the Dutch Miller Auto Show. Entertaining West Virginia for over 15 years. With your hosts, Chris Miller and Wes Thompson. Recorded on location right here in Huntington, West Virginia. And now, Chris and Wes.
We are back. I'm Chris Miller along with
Wes Thompson.
And this is the Dutch Miller Auto Show, and we've been entertaining you guys for, my gosh, since 2012. You and I have been doing it together, right?
Since June 25th of 2012 with me, and before I was here, you were throwing pies and faces and doing cartwheels and karate kicks and eating.
We should get back to that.
We need to eat that. Well, I remember you ate a home wrecker on TV once.
I did.
I like a home wrecker. I like to eat. By the way, for those that you out there, that's a hot dog. That came off as a weird statement.
Home wrecker,
I like a good home wrecker.
Yeah.
No, I meant the hot dog.
Home wrecker is from Hillbilly Hot Dogs. It's about a 3-pound dog and a bunch of toppings, and it's delicious. But once you eat one and try to finish it in a certain period of time and then get sick from it, it doesn't have the same appeal.
And by get sick from it, he means not because there's anything wrong with it. He means because you crushed a 3-pound hot dog, and then knowing him, he probably tried to go do cardio. How close am I?
Yeah, it didn't. Well, it didn't. It was a hot day, and it didn't stay.
It was a hot day, and I didn't go try to run 4 miles.
No, I did not do that, but still, the home wrecker's delicious.
The home wrecker is, you know what? That's one thing. There's a lot of Chris. You and I enjoyed recently on socials. There were these guys from Great Britain.
They love American breakfast food. They love it.
They love it. They love Tudors.
I love. They put ketchup on their biscuit.
So they put ketchup on their Tudors biscuit, and they got lit up. So they went to Tudors, by the way, like multiple mornings because they loved it. They left with a Tudors hat on.
I mean,
well, first of all, Tudors is amazing. I get it.
They know what winning looks like.
But the guy went in and he's like, I want to apologize to everyone for putting ketchup on my biscuit.
And it's funny, like they're so happy about it. Like they're sitting down trying this. They order their food, and this English guy's like, I'm so excited, I'm going to put ketchup on my biscuit, and sausage biscuit ketchup.
They were able to like make their own biscuit, and they made it more ridiculous than even like the craziest American would. They were like, oh man, I've got sausage, ham, bacon, extra cheese, another layer of egg, another biscuit, and it's all combined, and I'm dipping it in gravy.
Yeah.
I mean, and by the way, they said that the things they liked most about West Virginia, they said number 1, the food, and Tudors was like number 1 on their list. But then they said at the end of the day,
actually,
the most important.
I thought it was the people, the scenery, and then the food.
Well, okay, I think you're right in the order of what was great, but I think they might have done it as a 3-2-1.
Okay, all right, sorry. All
yes,
right, yeah.
But like the thing that they thought was the best thing was the people, and they said they were here from England. And the more they went around, the examples they gave was that people invited them in, and they were like, "Hey, I just killed a deer. You want some venison?"
Yeah,
and they were eating venison with locals, and then they were like, they gave us their last jar of moonshine, which I thought was like I was like, okay, you don't need to be that stereotypical, but
no, but that's love.
But that is also, they really were, and they intentionally went into the most rural parts.
Oh, yeah.
It wasn't like they were in downtown Charleston the whole time.
Dave, you should find this on Facebook and actually post it, so that way people can actually see the video.
Or even a little link on there.
Yeah,
you can find it on Reels for sure. But anyway, it was just kind of fun to watch these guys go around with their Tudor's Biscuit World hat on and
Experience
Experience
the
it.
best of West by God, Virginia.
Yeah, they said the views were some of the best they'd seen in the States. But at the end of the day, it was how nice all of the people were.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.
Okay, so my guy's talking about the bridge. This is Dave behind the camera.
Yeah.
Dave goes out to the bridge on it's like near Bridge Day or something.
Yeah.
So he thinks he's there to like just do a basic video shoot of something. And when he gets there, they keep walking him out closer and closer to the ledge. And Dave's like, hey, I thought you said I was going to be like tethered to something. And they're like, oh, we are. When you jump, you're tethered. And Dave's like, oh, hold up. Jump. I never said I was jumping. And so these people wanted him to like jump, and then while he was like falling, filming, right?
Yeah.
Like him with a camera. And I think Dave gave them I will be at the bottom and I will shoot you coming down. And I think that's what went on.
I just had an idea.
Oh, wow.
What if we filmed a commercial with a GoPro while jumping off of the bridge in a secured manner?
I would love to do that if we were doing that on a green screen. If I could avoid the actual bridge.
See, I'm thinking like be on the bridge with the harness, the GoPro.
Prices are falling.
Yeah.
Prices are dropping.
Right now, get up to $6,968 off remaining brand new 2024 Silverado 2500s, or get up to $7,828 off remaining brand new 2024 Silverado 1500s.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerChevy.com.
Oh, speaking of you mentioned these guys from England, they got deer from their houses. My son and I got a big old doe on the last day of deer season in Ohio.
You did. You got you one.
Yeah, I couldn't have been a prouder papa.
He gutted it.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the.
Oh, yeah.
That's really the job.
That
You
is
got to
the job.
do that.
Yep, that is the job.
So anyway, cars.
Yeah,
it's
we
like
sell
an
cars
automobile
that way,
thing
yeah.
at Dutch. I didn't know if you knew that. If you're new to the area, Dutch Miller Automotive. By the way, Chris, let's talk about it for a second because when we started this whole thing, it's 2025 now. We talked about 2012. Back then it was just Kia, Chevy, Hyundai. But now here you go. Kia in Barboursville, Chevy and Hyundai in Huntington, Kia in South Charleston, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram in South Charleston, Subaru in Charleston, Ford of Ripley, Chrysler, Dodge, Jeep, Ram of Ripley. Oh, and by the way, don't forget about the Dutch Miller pre-owned lot right there in Cerrito, Canova. And then also in Beckley, you've got Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall. That's the GMC store. You also have 2 pre-owned lots there in the Beckley market as well. And then, of course, we're in Bristol. We're in Wytheville. We're in Kansas. What am I? Did I leave anybody out? It's a lot of stores, Chris.
Charlotte.
Charlotte, North Carolina. We got a Kia store down there.
You got Beckley Auto Mall, didn't you?
I did. Beckley Auto Mall, Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall. By the way, the #1 GMC dealer in the state of West Virginia. And folks, the reason for all of it, friends and family pricing. You're going to get the best deal right up front.
The Subaru store is #1 in West Virginia.
The Subaru store. And you know what? When we say that they're killing it, they are. They're doing great. And the reason why is because when you come through the door, first of all, Subaru as a product is an amazing vehicle.
Yeah, it's
right?
great.
You're talking about safe, reliable. Your son drives how old? What is it? A 12-year-old Subaru?
A 13-year-old Subaru, 14-year-old Subaru now.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
And
Wait, no, it's 2011 model. It's 13 years old.
More Subarus 10 years or older on the road today than any other manufacturer.
Any
That
other
tells you
manufacturer.
Something about the quality of the vehicle, but also when you go into any Dutch Miller store, you're going to have a good time. People see us on TV, Chris, and they go, "These guys, what are they, nuts? They're having too much fun, maybe." But I think what they then recognize is when they go into the stores, it's a culture of people just trying to have a good time, making sure that you have a good experience when you walk through the door. At the end of the day, you get the best deal right up front. Let me tell you something. That's friends and family pricing, but when it comes to your pre-owned vehicles, Chris, I want you to talk a little bit because you all actually have a software that helps ensure that you are lower than everybody else.
We do. So we have a software system. Actually, it's been upgraded recently. analyzes all the vehicles like what we have in stock in a 250-mile radius and allows us to price our vehicles at or below all of the numbers that are out there on the internet. And that's just a strength that makes sure that our customers, right when they come in, are knowing they're getting a great deal right up front.
Well, and one thing that's nice, so if you're listening to this, what I would do if I were you, I would use DutchMillerAuto.com. Check out the prices there,
Well, I mean-
see what you're getting, and then if you want to go shop around, go shop around.
So
you're
what's-
probably going to end up right back at Dutch Miller Auto.
I've got it on the screen right now. It says we have 1,414 vehicles in stock right now, and I'm just going to narrow down the search and go to pre-owned. In a year, there's 494 vehicles in stock at this very moment, pre-owned vehicles, in our entire catalog of inventory.
And Chris, I would have to say at any given moment, between 150 to 200 vehicles that you can probably get sub $500 a month, probably priced below $15,000 overall. Is that
Yep.
fair?
Yep, without a doubt.
So if you need a good cost-effective car, Dutch Miller Auto is the place to go. And these cars go through rigorous inspections. And we're not even going to get into certified pre-owned yet. Then you're getting into a whole other ballgame there. You're talking about 10-year, 100,000-mile warranties on pre-owned vehicles. But the other cars that aren't CPOs, they are through a rigorous inspection process. Every car you put on the lot, that's a clean automobile.
For a limited time, get up to $3,609 off remaining brand new 2024 Hyundai Tucson hybrids. And don't forget, every brand new Hyundai comes with Dutch Miller's exclusive 20-year, 200,000-mile warranty.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerHyundai.com.
So I'm going to narrow our search down really quickly to vehicles priced at $18,000 or less. And so you can refine that search just simply based on that criteria of price. You can look year, make, model, price, mileage. You can narrow down exactly what you're looking for. And we just so happen to have 120 vehicles in stock right now, 120 of them that are priced below $18,000. And the reason why I brought that up is that's a less than $300 a month car payment, right in that range. So that is 120 vehicles that are perfect for budget conscious, people sending their daughter or kid to college, looking for something that's a good value. Anybody that's looking for something to get back and forth to work that is inexpensive. And just the inventory goes on and on and on. I mean, here's a Volkswagen right here. Here's a little SUV. Here is a little Ford. Here is a truck in Ripley. Here is more and more and more cars. Here is let's click on this real quick. This is at our Subaru dealership in Charleston.
That's a Subaru. Now that's a Sonata, a Hyundai Sonata.
Yep.
Our camera guy Dave. Now this is the body style like he had.
Yep.
What years was yours, Dave?
Mine was 2012.
Okay, so this is a 2014, so it's still pretty close to the look of yours. I mean, that was a hot car.
This car is $11,185. That is a $200 a month car payment.
And by the way, super reliable. Hyundai makes a good product.
It's a great product. It really is. But it's so much fun. You can get in here and play around with it. You never know what you're going to see. We might trade for a Tesla one day. We might trade for a one-owner 2012 Chevy Impala that's bright red another day. You never know what's going to show up. And the stuff that is very, very, very tough to find does move quickly. So I would encourage you to check all of the time and just check out to see what we have. We can
get you. If we don't have it, we can go find it for you. Right? If there's a
Absolutely.
vehicle someone's looking for, and they go, hey, I looked at the website, I didn't see it, but I've dealt with you all in the past, I was really hoping to come back through, somebody at our store is going to get on the computer and they're going to find that car for you.
Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller Kia.
Oh, good for you, man.
For a limited time at Dutch Miller Kia in Barbersville, get 1.9% APR for 60 months on all 2025 Sorrentos, or up to $3,000 finance bonus cash on select models.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
Julie from Outwing
Oh, Outwayne.
Yeah.
would like you guys to weigh in on which Kevin Costner would win the fight. Kevin Costner from Dances with Wolves versus Kevin Costner Waterworld.
Well, first of all, Frank Farmer, Kevin Costner from The Bodyguard is the answer. But now, if we're stuck with these two, look, man, I got to go Waterworld. Hear me out. He had gills. Okay, so what all he has to do is lure. What was it? Dances with Wolves, Kevin Costner?
Right.
Tatanka. So he lures him out of the woods and of the water, gets him into some kind of gator death roll, Costner with the Buffalo, he's in a pelt. He's weighted down. Meanwhile, Waterworld Costner's breathing through the back of his neck and has like a big dagger.
But the opposite rings true as well, which is if Waterworld Kevin Costner is out in South Dakota on the plains, I mean, he's scalped by Dances with Wolves Kevin Costner in 6.7 seconds. So, I mean, I'm going to
be honest with you, Chris. Back then, they didn't have stopwatches like that.
7 seconds, roughly.
Maybe
excuse
just
me.
roughly 7 seconds. Yeah. There's no way they had like a Casio that they were out there clocking that.
Less than 10. I mean, it's in that range.
That's how they would have worded it.
Yeah, less than 10 seconds.
Tatanka, less than 10.
Tatanka, yeah.
Less than 10.
Oh, my God.
At Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston, we have a steady flow of new inventory arriving. And right now, friends and family pricing means some amazing offers on brand new Jeeps.
For a limited time during the President's Day sales event, get up to an incredible $7,500 off MSRP on 2025 Grand Cherokees, or drive one for as low as $399 a month.
Shop 24/7 and text or chat at DutchMillerJeep.com, or come in today to Dutch Miller Jeep of South Charleston.
Well, we've got some special guests here with me today. I've got Seth and Janice, who are friends of mine. Seth is a community worker, and Janice is a community member, just a good old-fashioned hard worker. And we've all seen what's happened with the terrible snow and ice and the cold that our areas have experienced. Well, we want to help and do a clothing drive. And so why don't you guys tell us a little bit about what you want to accomplish and how everybody out there watching can help.
So we actually want people to look in their closets. We want them to figure out what they can do, what they can spare to give to those that are in need. Socks, thermal underwear, base layers, blankets, coats, you name it, we can use it. Hygiene products, those types of things, because Seth works with a group, and we need to have these things available for when people come in who are in need.
Seth, tell us a little bit about what you guys have seen lately and where the real help needs to go.
Yeah, of course. So I've actually been working the warming centers every night in Charleston from about first shift, which runs from 6 p.m. to 1 a.m. And so we're seeing around 100 people plus a night on average. These folks need socks, jackets, especially when they head back out in the morning and they're back on the streets or wherever they may be going. And definitely for folks who don't even stay, right? You know, maybe they want to go somewhere else. They need something to take with them. Blankets, we use blankets every night for each of the cots when they lay down. All these things are major needs for our clients and our folks on the streets. Not to mention daily, even afterwards. It's still cold, you know, and you know they still need things as they get through the day for our folks.
I would say hand warmers as well would be a great thing.
Yes,
absolutely,
hand warmers,
yes.
Absolutely.
The cold out there is bitter and it's harsh and it's tough, and we are looking at least another 45 days of cold. So jackets, toboggans, gloves, blankets, you name it. Anything like that can help someone out there that is challenged and really struggling and in need to make sure that they're able to stay warm in the winter would be a great thing. And I know we've all got that stuff at home, a little bit here, a little bit there, and this is something that can go to do some good for other human beings, and that's really important. So Dutch Miller Automotive is going to have a drop-off station at our Chevrolet Hyundai dealership in Huntington, our Kia dealership in Barbersville, our Kia and Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealerships in South Charleston, our Subaru dealership in Charleston, and our Ford and Chrysler Jeep Dodge Ram dealerships in Ripley. So those drop-offs will be there. We're going to be running this for the next 30 days, and we're just asking for you guys out there watching all through the month of February to please do what you can to drop off clothing, blankets, and anything to help people in the cold at any one of our dealership drop-off points. Anything and everything is appreciated.
Yes, thank you very much.
Thank you.
It's cold outside, and there's 3 things I can't wait to do. Toast marshmallows on a hot branding iron. I like mine a little burnt. Stay inside where it's warm and binge watch Yellowstone. And do donuts in the snow in my brand new truck from Dutch Miller Ram of South Charleston.
For a limited time during Truck Month, get incredible savings on brand new select Ram 1500s, like up to an amazing $12,500 off MSRP.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerRam.com.
20 Hondas in stock.
You don't have to go to the Honda dealer to get a
Yeah.
Honda. You can come to Dutch Miller Auto. We've got Toyota, Honda, all the makes and models. But Chris, you know, while you're going through some of these pre-owned cars and you're showing how much variety you've got, you know, the kind of selection you've got, that's all great. But really, you know, real quick, I just want to talk about a few vehicles. First of all, over at the Hyundai store, you talk about a vehicle like the Palisade. My wife's had a couple of them. It might be the favorite car that we've ever owned. The Hyundai Palisade is one of the best SUVs. And as far as like what you pay for a Palisade and what comes on it, you go compare that. I mean, when I say you can go compare that to a Lexus or an Infiniti, I think that's a fair comparison. And you're saving thousands of dollars to get a very nice vehicle. And the little, the Hyundai Tucson these days, an amazing, amazing vehicle. And then they're at the Chevy store right now, which you're going to want to check out, Silverados. Silverados, just amazing vehicles. Also, you know, every now and then we get one of those electric, they've got the electric, they got the Blazer and the electric Equinox, which is really neat to check out. And then up there at that Kia store, you can't say enough about the Telluride, can't say enough about the K5. What's your favorite Kia right now?
The K5's a nice car. I used to drive an Optima all the time. That was one of my other favorite ones.
You used to call the Optima dollar for dollar the best car on the road.
In my age in life, with all these kids, I've got 3 kids, and tonight, like as soon as we're done here, I'm leaving to go to Gallipolis to go watch basketball. It's high school basketball season, by the way, if you didn't know that. And I've got a daughter that cheers for middle school, and then we're going to that direction, hauling kids around a Telluride, because it's got a 3rd row seat and tons of room, and that'd be a no-brainer for me. That might be my next car.
And just a list of accolades.
Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yeah, just kills it every year, that vehicle.
The gas mileage in the K5 is awesome. Like, it's awesome. For a car that size, the drive that you get, the value is awesome.
Yeah.
But with all the kids I've got in the car all the time, you never know. Full-size SUV is the way I'm going. That's what I'm driving right now.
Well, and when you talk about full-size SUV, you think about a store like CDJR first. You know, you got everything from the Grand Wagoneer to the Jeep Cherokee, but then you start getting in, I mean, you got the Wranglers, we've got, you know, by the way, a good old Ram 1500 Crew Cab Express 4x4 at an amazing price, and you got a bunch of them in stock. Hard to beat anything off the CDJR lot, really awesome. And then right up the road, now you talked about SUVs, the Subaru Ascent.
Oh, I've driven one of those. I had one of those as a demo. They're great.
If you're an Outback fan, take an Outback, take all of its like safety and its reliability, and just sort of, honey, I blew up the kids.
Make
you know,
it
put
bigger.
the razor, the laser on it, and expand it. Someone told me it had 18 cup holders.
That's about right.
Well, I don't know what that's about, but you know what? It's added value. You get 18. You got 18 cups. They're not just being thrown in the floor.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man. I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller Kia.
Oh, good for you, man.
For a limited time, get super low finance rates on new 2025 Sorrentos, as low as 1.9% for 60 months, and qualified buyers can get $750 additional loyalty cash.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
Some of these car cup holders don't fit a lot of these travel mugs. And I'm rarely ever traveling without coffee. I mean, I got it right.
Does it fit this?
I got it right here. Yeah, this. If it's some of them don't even fit this one. But
what's
the
going on
Subaru
around
ones,
here?
Absolutely. And then some of them you got to have that narrow one that then expands out. Because I mean, I drink a lot of coffee, right? I mean, a 20-ounce coffee is about the starting point.
Well, so my wife, you know, she gets in the car. My daughters, they have like a Stanley. And I think those are things, what are those, about 6 gallons? What are those, the size of those? Stanley, I don't know if the cup
they got
holders.
the straw and the mug.
I think it's, it's just like they siphon the coffee
Well, it
or
goes like
drink
this.
out
It
of
goes
it.
2 cups to a pint, 2 pints to a quart. Then there's a gallon, and then there's 2 gallons in a Stanley. I think it's kind of the.
I think
the
that's
way
how you
goes,
do it. Yeah, that's how it works. It's so big, it's got an undertow.
Yeah, it does.
And
Gravitational pull. Like you can be beside your wife with a Stanley, and you just kind of like gravitate into where you can't help yourself.
wherever that moon is what's going to dictate that.
Yep.
If you know science, listen to us.
Yes.
And so then you move right up the road. So there in Ripley, you know, at the Ford store. How many years is it? The Ford F-150 was the #1 truck in America. What is it like?
47.
40, a couple of 100 years? Oh no, 47.
Yeah.
Okay.
And the other cool thing is we got at Ripley's, we have conversion vans coming in, and also like these souped-up trucks,
like old school conversion vans, like
Yes.
Captain Chair style.
Yes.
Like TV in them.
Yes.
Yeah, that's coming back. And then of course another Chrysler Dodge Jeep Ram store there in Ripley. And then if you're at Beckley, folks, you got to check out that Sierra. The GMC Sierra. This is an amazing truck. They just keep getting it right at GMC.
Our general manager, who has a Ford F-150 Raptor right now, which is an awesome truck, is literally talking about upgrading to a GMC Denali truck.
I really am kind of liking those Hummer EVs, except I just don't really need it, and it's
Well, you'll have to make a call, and there's something about the trade-off between letting your car charge all night and not having to worry about going to the gas station.
Yeah.
But then again, if you drive to Charlotte,
I will say this, but I'm going to stop. But real quick, I don't know if you know this or not, but right there at the Tamarack,
Yeah.
and then what used to be the Roy Rogers, remember how they redid all that?
Yeah.
They're putting in electric chargers at these places. How about that? So now we got to.
welcome to the 21st century, everybody.
Yes, well, folks, speaking of the 21st century, you can go online 24/7. You can shop DutchMillerAuto.com. All of our inventory, text, chat, get pre-approved. Pick out a car, call us, but come in and just have a good time at one of the stores.
Absolutely. We'd love to see you, and we're all over West Virginia. And we thank you guys so much for watching, because we have a blast doing this, and we also have a blast selling cars, and it's because of you guys out there that make us the #1 car dealer in West Virginia.
Let's have a good 2025.
At Dutch Miller Subaru in Charleston, we continue to bring amazing service before and after the sale. And with friends and family pricing, there's never been a better time than right now to drive off in a brand new Subaru.
For a limited time at Dutch Miller Subaru in Charleston, get brand new Outbacks with 2.9% financing for 72 months. And be sure to ask about Crosstreks and Foresters with 4.9% financing for 72 months.
Shop 24/7 at DutchMillerSubaru.com or come in today to Dutch Miller Subaru in Charleston.
Hey, Chris, are you snowed in too?
Nah, man, I'm staying nice and warm from the heat coming off all these deals at Dutch Miller's Beckley Auto Mall.
Oh, good for you, man.
For a limited time, get up to $10,500 off remaining 2024 GMC Sierra 1500 Denali's.
Hey, can I come over there?
Sure, man.
Oh, this is a lot warmer.
GMC, we are professional grade.